Hi there, Melissa, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have another layout for the Confessions of a Paper Addict cut files design team, and I'm working with this amazing cut file. It's probably hard to see on my mat because I'm in the process of taking it off my mat. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll link it below. It was a free one that Virginia put out earlier this year, and it's got all these really, I was going to say, awesome, amazing, super fab words on it, which is some of the words on it. And I love it's got the word epic, which is something that Sam says all the time. And I thought it would be perfect for a photo of him that I have misplaced. I will find it though. It's a photo of him from last year, and it's the day before his birthday, but I'll explain it when I do my voiceover. Excuse me. And what I've done is gone deep into my stash, and if you recall, this week on the Facebook group, I asked if anybody had any stash or products left from the year they started scrapping. Now, these are not from the year that I started scrapping, but this one is a My Mind's Eye. I can't remember the name of it. I was hoping the year would be on it. The Sweetest Thing. This is one of my all-time favourite collections. This is back when 6x6 paper pads were double-sided. And although it's called The Sweetest Thing, I can still use some of these for a boy layout. Look how amazing they are. So, yeah, it repeats there. I've got that. And this one is the Pebbles From Me to You card making pad, and this came in a clip kit years ago. It's 2016, I think, was when I was on the design team. And so you'll see it's scored to be able to make into a card, but I have made no cards with this, but I think it'd be perfect to back the cut file. And the reason I went diving deep into my stash is because what I find with kits is there's often you don't, for example, with the hip kit, you don't get smaller pattern papers. With Christina's kits you do though. But what I needed for this, because there's like so many different words on here, and I wanted to back each word with a different paper. If I were to use, for example, my current hip kit, I probably wouldn't have enough papers that I want to cut up to back this cut file. So maybe that's a hint for you, that if you're wanting to back a cut file, I keep these in a photo box, or my 6x6 paper pad. Sorry guys, if I sound tongue-tied, it's because I've been working massive hours at the moment, day and night, on my business. So that's why I'm probably struggling to talk, because my brain has been working overtime. Anyway, that's my plan. I'm not going to back this on here, or maybe I'll do what I did like my last video and maybe leave one of the words and back it. But most of this has to happen off camera, or it would take forever, and you'd be watching a very sped up version of me taking forever. That's my plan. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so here is the cut file backed, and I wasn't going to put the inner pieces into the letters that had them, but I decided to, and I decided to not trim the insides. Normally I'd get a craft knife and cut those little bits out, but because some of these words are quite small, or the letters are quite small, I decided to leave them as they are. And here you can see how I use the inner part of the cut file as a stencil to get that little inner piece back in. So it's not clear on my here on my layout, and it's not clear on my photo at the end as well, but I'm actually using the black glitter pal paper from American Crafts, and this was just in my stash, and I just wanted something a bit different for these hearts. I did think about making shaker pockets, but I decided they were a bit small, especially the little ones, and I would have to machine stitch. After my last video where I made a shaker pocket, it was really stressful. You didn't see the stressful part in my video. I cut it out, but yeah, if it didn't work, it would stuff up all the work that I'd already done on backing the cut file. So it took me a few hours to back the cut file. I think I did it over 2 days in bits and pieces. I mostly used the Pebbles paper that you see there, and I think I used a couple of the My Mind's Eye paper. So here I'm just wanting to put some paper layers behind my photo. I thought about using that Hello paper, which I think everybody loved that paper from the collection in particular, and I purposefully left this black and white text paper to use because I knew it would look good behind my photo. So I tried the red again, but it didn't really work. So I'm just going with this, and yeah, trying one more time. The tones in the photo are wrong, and I think there's enough red in the layout as it is. So here I'm just backing my photo. I tore the bottom edge to just give it some interest. Sorry if I seem distracted, it's because my friend is texting me, and I should turn my phone upside down and not look at her text. I should focus on this. So I'm using my close to my heart little edge distresser just to give some texture to that paper. And here I do find it quite hard when a cut file is this big with adhering it and keeping it straight. I was having trouble with, I think it says happy, the word at the end where it's joined by the heart. It was getting a bit flimsy as I was trimming out all the paper on this cut file, but you can see there it's a bit wonky. So rather than risk it landing like that, I've glued everything else except the epic and the happy, and you can just see how I'm doing that. So I did think about using foam and popping this all up, but I decided that instead I would put foam behind my photo and keep this flat to the page. Now I also forgot to say that my background paper is from, I think, was it Summer Vibes collection? I can't remember, but Simple Stories. I got a Hip Kit grab bag in the back to school sale. It was $19.95 US, and it was amazing. I probably should share it with you, do a little haul, because in case anyone's wondering what you get in those kits. But anyway, that's where that came from, and that was actually my favourite paper. I think it was last summer, or maybe, I can't even remember, maybe it was a couple of years ago. But anyway, I love it, and I got a couple of pieces in that grab bag. These also came from the grab bag, and I think they're by Pink Fresh Studio. They're perfect. They match the yellow tones in the Pebbles collection really, really well, and also in the My Mind's Eye collection. So basically the photo is Sam, the day before his birthday. We gave him his presents because we were flying out the next day to go up to Auckland to see my family for Easter. And so him and I were really into biking back then, and so we got him a camel pack and a bag that you put on your bike that you can put tools or food in. So he was really, really happy to get them. And that's why I went with this cut file, which is, by the way, is called Good Vibes, because he was so happy to get those presents for his bike, to cut out his bike. And I thought that the cut file and the words went perfectly and were not like too feminine, I guess. So I can actually see that I've made a mistake on the E for the serious. I have not trimmed out, I've not trimmed out the piece in the middle, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. We go with it. Also, I was going to say, if you can hear banging and the noises, it's fireworks that are still happening because people save them up and they keep letting them off after, is it the 6th of November? 5th of November? It's actually really bugging me now that I can see the red in that word. Serious. Anyway, I can't do anything about it now. The fact I've only just noticed it now is quite interesting too. We have to move on. Then I went into this box of die cuts and things that I've kept that are really old. Actually, no, it's the box of old Hip Kit stuff, and I found some more bits and pieces that are older that I thought would work. It's really great to get your stash used up. This is an older piece of chipboard. It says "Let's Ride into the Sun," which I thought was perfect for a layout about biking. And then I was trying to get that twine to, I guess, go in an interesting way, but I, in the end, decided not to. And my final touch is just to add a few black splatters, just not going too overboard with them because I don't want them all over the cut file. So yeah, there's some, that's my final layout, complete with little mistake and some close-ups. I have the link to the cut file shop at the end in the last slide, and I also have it below, so make sure you head on over and check out Virginia's amazing cut files. Thanks so much for watching.